GCP, Azure, AWS,
Okay. AWS.
IBM,
Mm-hmm.
Alibaba, and Oracle.
Mm-hmm. So what are the cloud services?
Cloud services is nothing but IaaS,
Mm.
PaaS, and SaaS.
So what is IaaS? What is PaaS? What is SaaS? Guys.
IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service. PaaS is
Mm-hmm.
nothing but platform as a service.
Mm-hmm.
SaaS is nothing but a software as a service.
Processors.
Yeah. So what is the difference between these three?
These three.
So what is IaaS? What is PaaS? What is SaaS?
Infrastructure means server they can provide, okay? So for rental or usage purpose in the cloud, okay?
Okay.
And that is also applicable in physical services means data centers, okay?
Yes. Yes.
And
Very good.
second one is platform means whatever the developer required environment software like Java coding
Yes.
software
Yes.
and plus dependent tools like
Applications or tools, right? Sorry.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you took the PaaS platform as a service, it also includes the IaaS, right? So it will get the
Yeah.
infra service, and apart from that, so whatever we need, the platform, something like a Tomcat we need, Java need, so that will also provides the PaaS platform as a service. So software as a service. What is software as a service, guys? Anand, tell me.
So
Software as a means like they will provide support like
Mm-hmm.
yes.
DevOps engineer support like they will install all the things whatever we required everything they
For
will
example,
create it and they will provide.
I am a layman. I don't know how to develop the code. I don't know how to deploy the code. But
Uh,
I got a thought like something like a message. So is there any possibility to create a application for the API for the messaging? So I got the thought, but I don't have a knowledge on to how to develop. I don't have a knowledge on how to deploy. So I have a thought. So I want someone implement that thought. So someone implement that thought. So the solution is something like a SaaS, software as a service. So something like your thought, whatever something like your client. So whatever you have a thought. So took that thought and they will create the application, they will deploy the application. Everything will be taken care by the cloud providers, either AWS, Google, GCP, or whatever it may, right?
Yeah.
So that is nothing as software
correct.
as a service. For example, Gmail. So Gmail, Google, so Yahoo Mail or something like Hotmail, whatever the mails. For example, so many softwares are there. So for example, Gmail. So Gmail, we are using only the Gmail service, right? We are not developing, we are not deploying, right? So for example, Gmail is the software as a solution. Okay. Yeah. So AWS. So I already uploaded these guys. I already uploaded these documents in the drive. So I have already uploaded all the documents, whatever we need. I already uploaded all the documents, guys, the PPT, everything. So guys you can watch it, you can download it, and you can read the guys. Okay. So this is the AWS handbook, something like so introduction to a cloud computing. So what is the agenda? Agenda is nothing but what is a cloud computing? So why we go for cloud computing? History and origins of a cloud computing, characteristics of a cloud computing, types of the cloud services, so cloud implementation types, and conclusion. So then, so why we are going for a cloud computing? These all are the origins. Everything will be discussing here. And the next topic is something like a cloud services, everything we will discuss. to lab activity. Then, so this is all are the core features. So this is nothing but AWS. What is AWS? Benefits of using AWS, history and origins of AWS, AWS components, AWS services, AWS regions, AWS availability zones, AWS edge locations, AWS certifications, guys. Okay. So maximum I will cover these two topics today. Guys, there is no class on Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to Bangalore. Okay. So we have a class on tomorrow. So you guys are okay with the class tomorrow, right? Saturday, because of the coverage. Hello, guys, are you able to hear? Anand,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no issue. I have no issue.
you have no issue, right? Guys, so
What time
having
tomorrow, Saturday? Same time?
Yeah, I'm okay for the tomorrow class.
tomorrow not same time. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Yeah. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. So the class will be starts 9 p.m. 9 p.m. IST. So 1 hour before. Whatever we committed from Monday, right? So we will start from tomorrow because of there is no classes on Monday and Tuesday. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. IST, guys. So 1 hour before we will start the class. So Anand, you are okay with that, right? So tomorrow is a weekend, right?
Yeah. Today onwards, actually, I'm in morning shift. Okay.
Oh, so you say so today we will take from 9 p.m. right? If you said
No problem. I think we committed, right? So Monday. So tomorrow onwards, we can start.
yeah, yep. So what is computing? What is a cloud service? Services and solutions. What is a cloud service? Services and solutions that are delivered and consumed in a real time over the internet are called cloud services. So what is a cloud services? Cloud services and services and solutions. Services and solutions. What are the services? So platform as a service, infra as a service, software as a service, and their solutions also that are delivered and consumed in a real time over the internet. So how we will get it? So over the internet are called cloud services. So when you store your photos online, your webmail or social networking site, you will use cloud computing service. So whatever you are deploying, whatever the services you are deploying, whatever the APIs you are deploying in the data center, so you can deploy it on the cloud also. You can deploy it on the cloud. So what is it? But so it will be provided over the internet. Over the internet. So what is a cloud computing? Cloud computing is a delivery model of computing services over the internet. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a delivery model of computing services over the internet. In it enables real-time development and deployment and delivery of a board of range products, services and solutions. So cloud computing is a style of computing where massively scalable IT related capabilities are provided as a service across the internet to a multiple external customers. So cloud computing is a style of computing where massively scalable IT related capabilities are provided as a service across the internet to multiple external customers. So what is cloud computing? So cloud computing and software resources that are delivered on demand as a service. So on demand as a service. So they are also providing the services only, but they are providing a on demand services. Computing and software resources. Computing means a servers. Software resources so means a platform. So that are delivered on that on demand as a service. So what they are providing? They are providing the storage services. They are providing the application services. They are providing the database services. They are providing the database services. So why we go for the cloud computing? So why we go for the cloud computing? Yesterday I already told you, right, guys? What are the advantages of the cloud computing? Guys, tell me any three examples. You guys are no. So one is
Cost, price,
Pay
cost means
as
pay as
you
go.
go. So that is the one thing. The second one is, guys, tell me. The second one is,
Automation.
yeah, automation also we can use it. The third one is, they are provide, they are providing the
Extra services.
as PaaS,
Extra services. Okay.
SaaS,
SaaS.
and IaaS. IaaS provides in the data center also, but apart from IaaS, they are providing the PaaS and SaaS also. And what they are providing, they are separately providing the something like a database services, database as a services, application as a services. So these are the mainly something like they are providing the public private cloud, hybrid clouds. So pay as you go model, one is the biggest advantage. The second one is they are providing the PaaS and SaaS, and on the automation also we can use it, right? So the pay as you go is nothing but a cost reduction. One is for the cost reduction, and so whenever we can connect over the internet, right? We can connect over the internet. You guys
Harry,
are
can you
saying,
explain
right?
that automation? Harry, can you explain the
Yeah,
automation?
yeah. So what is automation is something like in the data center, what you are doing through manual, right? Everything through manual, right? So if you
Okay.
want to deploy a server, if you want to keep it the server in the data center, first we need to buy the data center and to keep it in the data center. Then we can install the OS on this center. So whatever the operations we are doing in the data center, that is the manual operation. So automation is nothing but what is a automation? So automation is nothing but, for example, in the cloud, for example, AWS, this is the AWS cloud. What is this cloud? AWS cloud. AWS cloud. So we are using AWS cloud. So I want to launch a server in this AWS cloud. Yeah. So we can launch, we can build or we can install the server through ways. So two ways. So one is manually we can build the server. We can build the server, or we can build the server through automation. Through automation is nothing but a through code. Through code. So we can build the server. We can build the server through code. Something like so it one click it automatically set up the infra. So it one click, it automatically set up the infra. That is nothing but automation, right? So we don't want manually, we don't want to deploy, we don't want to build the server through code. Through code, if one click through code, it automatically deploy the server. That is nothing but automation. So that is nothing but automation. So if you want to install a Tomcat on 100 servers. So if you want to install a Tomcat on 100 servers, something like how we can manually we can log into the manually we can log into the every server and we can do the install HTTPD, right? So it will take 10 minutes for the server. So if you use the automation is nothing but Ansible is the tool, configuration management tool. So in this Ansible, we can run the one playbook. So we can run the one playbook. It automatically install in the all the servers. This is nothing but automation. So before the deployment will be manually doing every operation engineer. So after DevOps came, the deployment will deploy through automation. So in the which automation, either say a CAD, CI, CD. Now you understood, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Yes, yes. So automation is nothing but so we don't need a manual intervention. So we don't need a manual intervention. So we can do everything through code. We can do everything through code with one click. That is nothing but automation.
Hari,
Okay.
one doubt.
Yeah.
We can do automation in Like without cloud also it is possible?
Yes, yes. Without cloud also we can do the automation. So
Automation, right? Okay.
yes, yes, yes. Good question. Good question, Anand. So I will tell you one thing. Yeah. So the deployment is a normal deployment is the deployment we can do. So something like we can deploy our application either in the data center or a cloud, right? So both are the same. This is the data center. This is the cloud. I want to deploy a WhatsApp application on both the environment. Something like in the cloud environment on the data center environment. So how we can do? So we can do So how we can do something like from here, so we can deploy our application through CI/CD. CI/CD or something like we can deploy through Ansible or a Docker. So those all are the working on the either cloud or a on-premises environment. So data center is nothing but a on-premises environment. So how we can deploy our application, how we can deploy our code. So we can deploy our code either cloud or a on-premises environment. On-premises environment. Now you understood? Through the automation. So through automation, we can deploy our application. We can deploy our application when the on-premise. So this is a cloud. So cloud environment. So cloud environment or on premise environment. So on-premise is nothing but a data center environment. On-premise environment. So we can do automation. So we can do automation either cloud environment or a data center on-premises environment. We can do the automation. So what are the tools we can use? We can use the tools Terraform to build the infra, and Ansible to deploy the application. A Docker container, we can deploy our application on the Docker containers. So we don't wherever we can deploy through automation. So those are not related to cloud. Those are related to servers. Now you understood, Anand? Anand?
Yes, yes. But
Yes, right?
Docker and Ansible is different, right? Different
Yeah.
concept, right?
Yeah. Docker. So Docker and Ansible, we can run it on any cloud or we can run it on any on-premises environment.
The
Docker and
purpose of their Ansible and Docker is different, right? Means not the same.
the purpose of what what I am telling you from the starting onwards. So the on-premises data center environment and cloud environment both are the same. But what is the difference? They created a API for the cloud. They created a API for the cloud. So if you want a server on this cloud environment, one click it automatically build. But if you want to deploy a server in the here, something like here we are using the VMware, and we can use the Terraform, and we can build the server through Terraform also. We can build the server through Terraform also. So the automation will applicable on cloud, will applicable on-premises environment also. So going forward, you will understand more. You will
Ah,
understand
got it,
more.
got it. So going
Better.
forward, you will differentiate the
I
Terraform,
will
Ansible,
differentiate.
and Docker, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I will differentiate.
Got
Okay,
it, got it.
got it right. Yeah. So
So,
so
so as of
why
now, no, as of now, Ansible is mainly used for to create a using the code we can create a server right
no.
automation like that.
So
No?
for server, Terraform is the IAC tool, infra as a code tool. So Terraform, CFT Cloud Formation, ARM, Azure Resource Management Templates. So those are the IAC tools, infra as a code. Infra, so if you want to build a infra through code, there are some tools are there. So we can use the
Mhm.
tools and we can build the infra. So if you want to
Okay.
configure the application, if you want to deploy the application, so we can use the Ansible. So Ansible is the configuration management tool. So Ansible is a configuration management tool. After building the infra, we want to install Java Tomcat on 100 servers. So manually, how we can do it? So we can we can log into the each and every server,
Every
and we
server,
can
correct.
install the we can install
Like
the
that command. Yes.
command install something like HTTPD. So
Ah,
in the Ansible, you can create a one playbook for all the 100 servers, and it will install within the 10 minutes on all the 100 servers. So that is a automation for the Ansible.
okay.
Okay.
So basically,
So
Ansible is
going,
deployment tool.
Ansible is configuration management tool. Configuration management
Configuration
tool.
management. Okay. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Yeah. So going forward, you will get a more clarity on. So
Ah,
once we start the something like AWS, then EC2. So we will introduce the Terraform. Okay.
okay. Okay. Sure. Sure.
So then we
Thanks.
will introduce the Ansible. Yeah. So why
Mhm.
we are go for a cloud computing? It's a lower computing cost, improved performance, reduced software costs, instant software updates, unlimited storage capacity, increased data reliability, device independent and the always on anywhere and any place. So free from maintenance and there is no need to know, right? So these are the benefits of if you are taking a cloud computing. So what are those guys? Tell me. What is the first one? Lower computing cost. So lower computing cost is nothing but a, so it's a cost reduces from the data center to, so the cost is a minimal from a data center to cloud. The guys next. So improve the performance. Performance also will be improved. So next, reduces the software cost. Software cost also reduces. Something like if you want to, so if you want a Oracle database software, first you need to build the infra. Then you can purchase the Oracle licenses. Then you can use it. So in cloud computing, they released as a service, database service. It included the cost also. That so reduces the software cost also. Instant software updates, unlimited storage capacity. They provided the unlimited storage capacity, increased data reliability, device independence, and the always on, anywhere and any place, free from the maintenance and the no need to know. So history and origins of the cloud computing. So they started from 1996, 1999, 2000, 2000, and 2008. So into 1996, supercomputers, mainframes, Salesforce, they started the cloud computing. After 1999, the first milestone of the cloud, the arrivals, who is Amazon Web Services. They started as a SQS. So later they started as a S3 bucket, S3 something like a OneDrive, Google Drive. Then later they created the computing services. So in 2000, they launched the Amazon Web Services. In 2002, something like the S3 services. So in 2008, they launches Windows Azure, Google GCP, and launches the Google Apps and Google Apple Engine on the Windows Azure beta. So Windows Azure beta, they will. So these are the origins. I will tell you guys more on this. Just this is the a small brief. I will tell you more on this. So characteristics of the cloud computing. What are the characteristics of the cloud computing? So they provide the on-demand self-services, ubiquitous network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, flexible pricing, pay-per-use. These are the characteristics. So on the characteristics of the cloud computing, on-demand self-service. What is on-demand self-service? So on-demand self-services. So ubiquitous network access. So on-demand self-services means if you want, whenever you want, you can use it. So ubiquity means we can provide any services. So on the character of the cloud computing, resource pooling. So in the virtualization, we need a desktop virtualization, presentation virtualization, application virtualization, server virtualization, and storage virtualization, network virtualization. They will provide the pooling, so resource pooling, advanced virtualization. So rapid elasticity. So we can something like the server having the, so elasticity. I will tell you this stress, guys. Elastic, elastic compute cloud. So what is EC2 means? Elastic compute cloud. EC2. EC2 means ECC. Elastic compute cloud. What is elastic means? Scale down and scale up. Scale down and scale up. So something like the traffic increases, it automatically scale up the servers. If increases, the automatically scale up the servers. If traffic is down, it automatically scale down the servers. Elastic. So guys understood? Elastic,
Yes.
rapid elasticity. So if you want, we can automatically scale up. Flexible pricing, pay per use. Whenever you use the server, so that time only we can pay the money. So flexible pricing, pay per use. Cloud service layers, application layer, presentation layer, something like SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure as a service. So cloud service layer, software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So IaaS is the delivery of the technology infrastructure as on-demand scalable service. Platform as a service. Platform as a service provides all the facilities required to support the complete life cycle of the building and delivering a web application and services entirely from the internet. Software as a service. Software as a service is the delivery methodology that provides license and multi-tenant access on software and it functions remotely as a web-based services. So cloud service layers, guys, these are the examples. So infrastructure as a service, something like a servers, networking, storage, data centers, so firewalls, load balancer. So this is nothing but a infrastructure as a service. What is a platform as a service? Middleware is nothing but a application. So database, Java, web, something like this is the Tomcat, development tools. This is the platform as a service. Software as a service, something like, for example, email, business process, CRM, ERP, industry applications. They are also providing. So cloud service models comparison, a traditional IT. This is the on-premise services. In the on-premise services, everything will be done by the ourselves only. So networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime, data, and applications. But in the IaaS, up to OS, we will so up to OS they will provide they will provide networking, storage, servers, virtualization, and OS. They will provide up to OS they will provide. So after that, something like OS installation, middleware, runtime, data, application, everything will be doing by the ourselves only. So if you took the platform as a service, so platform as a service, they delivered as a service, something like networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime, everything they will provide. They will support and they will provide. Just you can deploy our application. So I want all SaaS software as a service. Everything provided by the cloud. Networking provide, storage provide, servers provides, virtualization we will provide, OS will provide, middleware will provide, runtime will provide, data application, everything will provide the SaaS. These are the three service models, cloud service models, IaaS, PaaS, and service. Guys understood, right? These are the three service model. Cloud implementation types are cloud. Sorry, I'm recording this session or yeah, recording. So cloud implementation types. There are three types of clouds: private cloud, hybrid cloud, and public cloud. Public, private, and hybrid cloud. So guys, I will tell you this. Cloud environment. Cloud environments. Guys, what are the cloud environments? Private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud equal to private private cloud plus public cloud equal to hybrid cloud. So what about private cloud? What about public cloud? What is public cloud and what is private cloud? So private cloud is nothing but something like you want a dedicated servers and dedicated networking and everything will be dedicated to you. So no one can access this because of because of what is the slogan of the cloud, guys? What is the slogan of the cloud? Pay as
Pay
You go.
you as go.
Has to go.
Pay as you go.
okay. Pay as you go is nothing but whenever you use the server, that time only we can pay the money. So something like so this is the server, this is the CentOS 7 server, this is the CentOS 7 server. You launched a 7 server, and this is a, for example, this is the, so this is the development server. This is the development server. For example, development server. So who connect to this server, guys? A developer connect to this server, right? Developer connect to this server. So developer will start every day at 9 p.m., 9 a.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. So he is working on 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. So after 7 p.m. we don't want this server. We don't so something like we don't need to run this server. So we can shut down this server. So something like so whenever a developer starts at 9 a.m., he will start the server. Whenever he leaves to the company, so he will shut down the server. So he will use only 8 hours per day. After remaining 16 hours, he will not using the server. So that time you can stop the server and so you will not pay the. So whenever you use the server, whenever you start the server and whenever you shut down the server, whenever you start the server, that time only we can pay the money. So whatever you are used time, so that time only we can pay the money. Otherwise, you cannot pay the money. So this is a public cloud. So whatever the resources, something like the storage will not share. The storage will not share, but the resources share to the other people. Resources share to the other server. So whenever you shut down, so the resources, CPU, RAM, memory, it will assign to the other servers. It will assign to the other servers. So if he is also shut down the server, so that will assign to the other servers. That's the reason. So whenever you use the server, that time only we can pay the money. Otherwise, you cannot pay the money. Right? Now you understood. So if you are shut
So
down the
Harry, can I
money,
can
yeah,
I ask a question? So
yes,
like
yes,
as we are doing DevOps, so because this concerns mostly like I think I've gone through this in AWS. So
yes.
if we do DevOps and this one, do we need to do this cloud computing, for instance, like detailing with AWS and mix, join it up with DevOps? And it works that way because this is like we are just doing it like in a very, very partial form or not really intense. So can we
Yes.
do this like really intense, even not in this course, so that if you want to get a job on like as a cloud computing engineer or AWS, we need to do this very deep, or what you are teaching on this DevOps, you can put it together and get a job in this domain, or it has to be very intense? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. So something like a DevOps engineer. So DevOps engineer will not do everything, something like a DevOps tools. So DevOps tools, some of the companies using the Terraform, right, to build the infra. Something like you are using a AWS to build the infra. So you are a DevOps engineer. So if you build the infra through Terraform, so you are also a DevOps engineer. You can build the infra through Terraform in the AWS. So right, something like some of the people are using for that to deploy the applications. So that is also a DevOps engineer. Something like sometimes only for the Kubernetes purpose, DevOps engineers. So DevOps engineers definitely knows our cloud and the Linux and all the tools. Whatever the requirement in the company, definitely we need to work on that one.
Okay, okay,
So now you
okay.
understood?
That's the answer. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm something like I'm not sure about something like so if you are working on all the tools in the company, definitely you are not working on all the tools in the company. You working on the some of the tools, something like. So in my last
Yeah.
organization, I worked only on the Terraform. Now I'm so there is no Terraform now. So I'm working on only on the Kubernetes part now, right? So but the DevOps guy will automate the process whatever they want. So they want a infra. A DevOps comes. DevOps guy will automate the infra. The DevOps comes. So they want to deploy application manually. So they are doing the manually, but you can deploy our application through automation. So then you can create the CI/CD pipelines for the automation. Something like some part of the time monitoring a Grafana, Datadogs, or something like what is that, ELK. So some people are working on the ELK, some people are working on the Ansible, some people are working on the Terraform, some people are working on the Kubernetes, some people are working on the GitLab, so some GitLab, GitHub, or Bitbucket. So, but a DevOps engineer definitely knows everything, a Linux or cloud and the DevOps tools. So, but if you want to something, if you want a career as a cloud engineer, definitely you need to learn any one of the cloud only. We don't need DevOps, we don't need Linux. So if you are working as a something like a cloud engineer, definitely we need to learn Linux plus cloud. So if you want to working as a DevOps engineer, definitely we need to learn Linux, cloud, and the DevOps tools. So I'm not giving 100%. You are working on all the tools in the DevOps. So you are working on some point of some tools only. Something like you got the job on the something like a Ansible. You will work on the only Ansible. Something like got the job on the only Terraform. I work on the only Terraform. Something like Anand got the job on DevOps as a Kubernetes, something like a Kubernetes tools. So he will work on only the Kubernetes, right? I got it.
Yeah.
Right. So yes. So what is the pay as you go model? Whatever the resources. Resources is nothing but what are the resources, guys? CPU, RAM. So that resources will be allocated to when you shut down this server, it allocate what are the CPU resources will be it allocated to the another server. Something if you guys also shut down the mission, it will allocate to the some other people. So the resources will be sharing. That's the reason. So whenever you run the server, that time only we can pay because of. So when you shut down the server, the resources will automatically assign to the another server. So if it is on, this automatically so it automatically assign these resources to the server, right? So it starts the billing on the resources for the server. So that's the reason pay as you go. Whenever you use, so that time only we can pay. That time only we can pay. That's the reason. So this is a pay as you go model. This is a public cloud. This is a public cloud. Public cloud will share the resources. Public cloud will share the resources. Will share the resources. So private cloud. So I don't want to share my resources. I don't want to share the resources. I want a dedicated host, dedicated servers, and dedicated missions, virtual missions. So this will not. So anywhere, something like this will not share to the other people. So we need a dedicated, right? So that is nothing but a public. It will not, this is nothing but a private cloud. So in the private cloud, the resources will not share to the other people. Will not share to the other people. So the cost compared to the cost from public cloud to private cloud, so it will be a much high than the public cloud because of whenever you stop, it will allocate to the resources to the other people, right? But in the private code, if you are using or if you are not using, so definitely we need to pay the money. We need to pay the money, same like as a data center. Now you guys is, so we need a public cloud and private cloud. So we can use the hybrid cloud. We can use the
So
hybrid
Harry,
cloud.
yeah. So
Yes.
Harry, what is the when it says hybrid cloud equals to private and public cloud? I don't know how
Yeah.
this how does it
Yeah.
work? Can you
So
explain a
something
little bit?
like yeah. So you are working on the one of the R&D development. R&D. So what is R&D? Research and development. Something like you are working on some of the researching. So that research time, so no one can can hack this. No one can access these servers. No one can access this information. So that time we take the private cloud. After R&D research and after the research and development, So it will go to it will see all the people. That time we will go with the public cloud. That time, so we'll go the public cloud. So that is nothing but a public and private cloud is nothing but a hybrid cloud. Have you understood?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, right? So these are the
Yeah.
cloud environments. So private cloud, public cloud, something like an internal cloud, data center, agility, something like enterprise data center, automation, firewall, everything will be you only can access that. So public cloud, something like a external cloud, it will be a regional data centers. Regional data centers will be there. So if you need a hybrid cloud, external cloud and trusted cloud, something like we need a private and public cloud is nothing but a hybrid cloud. So public cloud owned and managed by the service provider. Public cloud owned and managed by the service providers. Service providers made available to the a general public or a large industry groups. Large industry groups. Something like enterprise, a service integration, traditional IT. So we need a private cloud and a public cloud and a hybrid cloud. Something like if you want a hybrid cloud, so we can get it private and public. So private cloud is nothing but slowly for an organization, may be managed by the organization or a third party, limited access to the enterprise and partners. So what is hybrid cloud? So composition of a two or more clouds, private community and public community bound together by the standardized or proprietary technology that enables data and application portability is nothing but a hybrid cloud. So conclusion, cloud computing is the fastest growing part of the network-based computing. It provides a tremendous benefits to customers of all sizes, simple users, developers, enterprises, all types of organizations. All types of organizations. Guys, you
Harry,
understood
can we
little
have
bit?
this document?
Yeah, it's already uploaded in the drive. It's already uploaded in the drive.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you please share that Google Drive link in the group chat? Okay, then we can save
I
it.
already shared, right? So every day, whatever I uploaded the recordings, those recordings are will be in the under drive, the drive.
Oh, so link you will provide, right? Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah, I will. So what is AWS? What is AWS? AWS is nothing but a Amazon Web Services is a cloud provider. So who is the cloud provider? Amazon Web Services, AWS. They provide you with the servers and services that you can use on demand and scale easily. So AWS has revolutionized IT over the time. AWS powers some of the biggest websites in the world. So in the AWS, so they deployed what are the websites? Amazon.com, Amazon.in, Netflix. Those are all the deployed in the AWS cloud. All the applications are deployed in the AWS cloud. Have you got it? Guys, understood? So AWS powers some of the biggest website in the world. Amazon.com and Netflix both are deployed. Both are in the AWS cloud. Both are in the AWS cloud. So what we will learn in this course, something like, so what are the services they are providing in the AWS? There's the services is nothing but Amazon EC2. EC2 is nothing but Elastic Compute Cloud. ECR nothing but Elastic container service. ECS is a container service. ECR is a something like content management, Elastic Beanstalk, AWS Lambda, auto scaling, IAM. So IAM is nothing but a, so in the Linux administration, you know the user administration, right? This is the IAM. So who will give the access? How we can provide the access? IAM, identity access management. So auto scaling is nothing but so if you want a server, it automatically scale up, scale down is nothing but automation. So Amazon S3 is nothing but a simple storage service. This is nothing but a OneDrive, Google Drive, same like as a Amazon. So Amazon SCS, RDS, relational databases, Aurora, DynamoDB, Elasticsearch, SQS, SNS. So CloudWatch, CloudFormation, CloudTrail, ABI, bug balancing, Elastic Load Balancing, Amazon CloudFront, Amazon Kinesis, and Amazon Route 53. These all are the services will be included in the AWS. Guys, so what is a cloud, AWS cloud history? In 2002, internally launched in the AWS. 2003, Amazon infrastructure is one of their core strength idea to market. So in 2004, launched publicly with the SQS. In 2006, relaunched with the publicly with the SQS, S3, and EC2. These three services launched in 2006, SQS, S3, and EC2. So in 2007, it launched in the US. So in 2007, it launched in the Europe. So what are the biggest websites we are using in the AWS? Dropbox is using AWS, Airbnb is using AWS, NASA is using AWS, Netflix is using AWS Cloud, guys. AWS Cloud number facts. What are the AWS Cloud number facts? Something like so. What are the leaders in the cloud providers? Amazon is the leaders. Microsoft is the leader. Google's. These are three are the leader. And challengers are Alibaba Cloud, IBM Cloud, and Oracle Cloud. So in 2019, AWS had 35 billion in annual revenue. AWS accounts for 47% of the market in 2009. Microsoft is second in 22%. So 47% of the people are using in the AWS cloud. So pioneer and leader of the AWS cloud market for the ninth consecutive year. So over 10 lakh active users are logged into the AWS. 10 lakhs active users. AWS use cases. AWS enables you to AWS enables you to build sophisticated, scalable applications applicable to a diverse set of industries. So use cases include, so it will provide enterprise IT, backup and storage, big data analytics, website hosting, mobile and social apps, and gaming. So everything will be provided in the AWS cloud. So what are the companies? McDonald, 21st Century Fox, Activision, Netflix also uses the AWS. So AWS has a global infrastructure. AWS has a global infrastructure. Something like this is the AWS global infrastructure, regions, availability zones, local zones, with points of presence, network, custom hardware, and benefits. So most of the is the global infrastructure. So these are the regions based. These are the regions: Oregon, Go Cloud, North California, Ohio, North Virginia, Cloud East, Canada, Ireland, London, Spain, Milan, Paris, Frankfurt, Scotland. So these are all the regions, global infrastructure, AWS region. These all are the oranges are the regions. So it will be AWS region, it will be availability zones, it will be AWS data centers, it will be edge. AWS edge locations are points of presence. Edge locations are points of presence. What are the regions? So regions is nothing but these are the regions, right? Oregon, North California, Ohio, North Virginia, Ireland, London, Spain, Milan, Paris, Frankfurt, Scotland. So it will represent as a all AWS has a regions all around the world. AWS has a regions all around the world. Names can be US East 1, US West 3, something like that. US East 1, North Virginia. So North Virginia will call it as a, so this is the North Virginia. North Virginia will call it as a US East 1. So next Ohio. Ohio will call it as a, so US East, Ohio will call it as a US East 2. So US West, not California, we can call it as a US West 1 now. So US West, Oregon, we call it as a US West 2. Asia, Africa, Cape Town, it called as AF South 1. So, so the regions are APAC, EMEA, and AMER. APAC, EMEA, and AMER. You guys are knows, right? The global regions. APAC. So APAC region means Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific is the region of the world. So something like what are the regions Asia Pacific? So total Asia Pacific countries of Asia Pacific region. Yeah. So Asia Pacific regions are something like Australia, Bangladesh, Brunei, Burma, Chile, China, Canada, Cambodia, something like Japan, so Maldives. These all are the something like related to that regions. APAC regions, EMEA regions. So EMEA countries. What are the EMEA countries? Something like Asia. So Europe, Middle East, and Africa region includes the mini market includes Australia, Belgium, Cash. So France, Germany, Luxembourg, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Portugal, Russia, Spain. So Ireland. These all are the EMEA. So APAC, EMEA, and MAR. MAR. AMR regions. These are the three regions they're providing they're providing something like so America, United States, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, Cuba. So these all are the MR regions. These are the three regions: MR, EMEA, MR, and APAC regions. So APAC regions. So all regions have around the world something like so MR regions, APAC regions, and EMEA regions. The names can be US East 1, U West 3. It calls as the names. So a region is what is a region? A region is a cluster of data centers. Most AWS services are a region scope. Most AWS services are a region scope. So what are the AWS services? So these all are the AWS services. So the RDS services, compute services, so S3 services, IAM services, these all are the services. All these services are the region specific, region scope. A region is a cluster of data center. What is that? Region is nothing but a cluster of data centers. Most AWS services are region scope. Most AWS services are the region scope. So how to choose an AWS region? Something like if you need to launch a new application, where should you do it? So compliance with the data governance and the legal requirements, data never leaves a region without your explicit permissions. Proximity to the customers to reduce latency, availability of the services within a region. New services and new infrastructures are not available in every region. So pricing varies region to region and is transparent in the service pricing phase. So what are those? Regions. So in the regions, there will be availability zones. In the availability zones, there are the data centers. So these are the three regions. So in the Ohio region, something like Oregon region having the availability zones. So what is the availability zones is nothing but a so US East 1, US East 2, US East 1, US East 2, US West 1, US West 2, AP South 1, AP Southeast 1, South 2, Northeast 1, Southeast 1. These are the availability zone. So this is the region, right? US East the region. So the availability zones is nothing but a so something like so these are the regions. So in the regions US East 1, in the US East 1 having US East 1A, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1A, 1B, 1, C. These are the availability zones. You can see it, guys. So each region has many availability zones. Each region have many availability zones. What are the regions? Something like North Virginia is the region. So in the North Virginia region, each region has many availability zones. Usually three availability zones. Every region having the 3 availability zones, minimum 2, max 6. Something like, so this is the one of the region, US East one. So every region having a minimum of 3 availability zones, at least 2 availability zones, at max 6 availability zones. So the availability zones is nothing but a US East 1A, US East 1B, US East 1C, or US East 1A, US East 1B. So these are the region. Something like Sydney is the region, AP Southeast to 2. In the AP Southeast 2, we have a 3 regions. So AP Southeast 2A, AP Southeast 2B, AP Southeast 2C. So these are the availability zone. This is the availability zone. This is the availability zone. This is the availability zone. In this availability zone, having the data centers. This is the data center. 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 So everything will be isolated. Everything will be isolated and interconnected. Each region has many availability zones, usually 3, minimum 2, max 6. For example, AP Southeast 2. So AP Southeast 2 is the region. AWS region, Sydney, AP Southeast 2. So what are the availability zones are available? 3 availability zones are there, isn't it? So what are those? AP Southeast 2A, AP Southeast 2B, AP Southeast 2C. So each availability zone, what is AZ? AZ is nothing but an availability zone. Each availability zone is one or more discrete data centers with redundant power and networking and connectivity. Each data center having one or more, each availability zone having one or more data centers. So one or more data centers, discrete data center with redundant power and networking and connectivity. So they are separated from each other so that they are isolated from the disasters. Something like, so this is the production, this is the DR. If production goes down, so we can up from the DR, right? They are separate from the each other so that they are isolated from the disasters. They are connected with the high bandwidth, ultra low latency networking. They are connected with the high bandwidth. They are connected with the high bandwidth. AWS points of presence. What is the points of presence or edge locations? Imagine has 216 points of presence, 205 edge locations, and 11 regional caches in 84 cities across the 42 countries. So content is delivered to end-to-end user with the low latency. End-to-end with the low latency. What is edge locations are point of presence. Something like you launched the server. You are in the India, you launched the server in the North Virginia, but you deployed the code in the North Virginia in this US region. So, but your customers are your customers from India. So if you want to connect from India to US, so definitely it will be some latency, right? You can upload Facebook or whatever, yeah, WhatsApp or whatever it may be. So if you want to get the pages, definitely it will be a latency. So that time, so India also they will create one server and they will deploy our application. They will deploy code from here. So first time, if you are connecting from this website first time, definitely the request goes to the US. Then after that, something like whatever the request it comes, so it back to the India edge location, something like a cache server. This is the cache server. So whenever you hit from the second time, it will get pages from the India. So a edge locations is nothing but a cache server which located in wherever you are. Wherever you are. Has understood? Yeah. So this is a AWS. This is a AWS, guys. So tomorrow I will tell you how to how to log into the AWS. How to log into the AWS. So AWS, what is AWS? Benefits of using AWS, history and origins of AWS, AWS components, AWS services, AWS regions, AWS availability zones, edge locations, and certifications. You guys already knows this AWS. What is AWS? AWS Amazon Web Services are the collection of remote services, are also called as a web services, offered by the Amazon.com over the internet, build and run the application. So what is AWS? AWS is Amazon Web Services or the collection of remote services. The collection of remote services. The collection of remote services. What are the services, guys? Collection of remote services. So these are the collection of remote services. So collection of remote services. Collection of remote services offered by the Amazon.com over the internet to build and run the application. Amazon Web Service is the robust, scalable, affordable infrastructure for the cloud computing. AWS provides compute, storage, database services, quickly provisioning the IT needs. So every cloud provides the compute services. Compute is nothing but a server services, storage is nothing but a storage, and the database services, quickly provisioning in the IT needs. IT needs. So what is AWS? AWS is a set of cloud computing services. What is a set of cloud computing services? AWS is a flexibility, availability, and scalability. AWS is a elasticity. So elasticity is nothing but a scale up or scale down as needed. I already told you, right? Elasticity. Elasticity is nothing but a scale up or scale down as needed. So we can get the resources instantly. AWS is a fully on-demand services. AWS is a fully on-demand services. Benefits of using AWS. So AWS is a pay-per-use model. So you are only charged for the disk space, CPU time, and bandwidth that you use. So instant scalability. Your services automatically scales on AWS stack. Reliable and redundant. Infrequent outages. Data is redundant in the cloud. All the services have a built-in security. Security is nothing but AWS delivers a scalable cloud computing platform that provides customers with the end-to-end security and end-to-end privacy. Most service accessed via a simple REST as API. API is nothing but application programming interface. It's nothing but a website. This application is available in all the major languages. Minimum learning curve. So service level agreement. The SLA is nothing but SLA is nothing but server level agreement between 99% and 100% availability. Amazon S3 maintains a durability of 99.99999%. Availability zones exist on isolated fault lines, floodplains, and electrical grids to substantially reduces the chance of simultaneous failures. Support. AWS provides 24/7 support in the real-time operational status of all the services around the globe. They will provide the 24/7 supports of all the services. They will provide a 24/7 support. History and origin. So, grew out of origins need a rapidly provision and configuring missions of a standard configuration of its own businesses. So, early 2000s, both private and shared data centers began using the virtualization to perform server consolidation. In 2003, internal memo by Cherise Penguin describing the infrastructure service of the world. 2003, the first S3 deployed in the spring, EC2 in the fall. So in 2008, Elastic Block Storage will be Amazon EC2 now offers Windows servers. So 2009, relational databases. 2012, DynamoDB. 2013, Amazon DynamoDB. 2014, Glacier. So this will be adding new features on any of the years. So various components of the AWS computing platform, something like your application. Before your application, they are providing the AWS global infra, availability zones, regions, edge locations. So foundation services, what are the foundation services? Compute service, storage service, database service. Application platform services, content distribution, messaging, parallel processing, libraries and SDKs, management and administration console, identity and access, deployment workflow, monitoring, then your application. A big picture of the AWS. big picture of the AWS. So finally, in the backbone AWS global infrastructure. What are the foundation service? What are the application service? What is the deployment management service? So this is the API. Something like this is the AWS. In the foundation services, they are providing the compute service, storage service, database service, network service. The application service, they are providing the libraries, databases, workflow, parallel processing, email, content delivery, notification, queuing, searching. The deployment and management, identity and access, and administration interface, monitoring and deployment of automation. So these are the key services. These are the key services. So AWS services. What is AWS service? Amazon provides the various types of services as below. EC2 service, S3 service, RDS service, Route 53 service, CloudFront service, Glacier service, DynamoDB service, Elastic Cache service. So these all are the services. These are the AWS services. EC2, Lambda, EC2, S3. You see compute service, storage and content delivery, and database service, networking service, administration and security, deployment management, and analytics, application services, mobile services, enterprise application services, media services. These all are the services provided by the AWS. What are the Amazon EC2? EC2 is nothing but a virtual private servers. They are providing the VMs, virtual private servers. Similar to standard VPCs are called as instances. So virtual private servers are called as instances in the AWS. So available in a available in a variety of sizes, 616 MB to 64 GB of RAM. All major operating systems supported. S3 cloud storage, highly scalable. Some companies have using petabytes of data, highly available. Data is stored in multiple data centers. RDS is nothing but a relational database, MySQL, SQL, Oracle, everything will be provided. Route 53 is nothing but a DNS, and CloudFront is nothing but a content delivery network. Glacier is nothing but a data archive. DynamoDB is nothing but NoSQL databases. Elastic Cache is the mem cache. So these all are the services they provided. Yeah, who is asking? AWS regions are completely isolated from each other and are in the different parts of the world and AWS regions. A collection of data centers, availability zones. Each region has the set number of Amazon availability zones. All availability zones in the region connected with high bandwidth. Cost vary from region to region. Default region is US East. The data centers spread across the globe. There are 9 regions, something like US East, US West, EU, APAC, APAC 2, APAC 3, Co-Cloud, US West, South America. So the availability zones, as I already told you, right? Edge locations I already told. So AWS certifications. What are the certifications they provided? So AWS provided two types of certifications, associative level and professional level. So associative level and professional level. Solution architect, developer, and SysOps administrator. So what they are provides associative level, AWS certified solution architect or a cloud practitioner. Something like AWS certified solution architect associate, AWS certified solution architect professional, AWS certified developer associate, AWS certified SysOps administrator, and nowadays we have a DevOps administrator also. So AWS certified DevOps engineer professional. AWS professional. These are the certifications. These are the certifications. Guys, understood?
Actually, Hari, this course will mean which certifications is related to this course, whatever you are providing that concern.
AWS certified solution architect associate too. And DevOps also we can do it. AWS certified DevOps engineers also. Okay. So this course is mainly on the AWS certified solution architect. Okay. So we will
That means
not
basic
discuss
level, right?
entire. Yeah, basic level. We will know basic levels. Okay. So introduction to AWS, EC2, benefits of using EC2, Amazon EC2 use cases, EC2 pricing model, instance type, mission image. So we'll discuss on tomorrow. So tomorrow what we will do is, so something like every time I am connecting to the AWS, right? So how I am connecting this AWS? Something like a console or a REST API. What is the API? Amazon console. So Amazon console. This is the API for the AWS Cloud. So how you can sign in with the AWS Cloud. So how you can sign in? So you can sign up first. We need to sign up, then you can sign in that. So we have a two types of accounts. One is a root user, one is a IAM user. So IAM is a identity access management. Whatever we are seeing in the Linux administration, right? User administration the same way. About this is about root user and normal user. So normal user having the some extent level of permissions, right?
It's a free of cost or we need to pay something?
Yeah, it's a free of cost. Good question. So it's a free of cost of 365 days with some hours of time, and so with limited access. With limited access, we can get it the access. Okay, some extent level. I will tell you tomorrow. Tomorrow, you will
There's no free
understand.
version.
Sorry.
There's no free version.
Yeah, it's a free. It's a free of cost, but
Oh, okay.
we need to sign up with our a credit card or debit card. So tomorrow we will show you two guys how we can do it. Okay, how we can sign up with our AWS account.
So the same we can create a CentOS software
Yes,
operating
yes,
system
yes,
like that.
yes,
We
yes,
can create a cloud also, right? Same.
yes. So what is a cloud? Cloud is also nothing but a data center type operations, right?
Okay.
So in the data center we deployed the application, right?
Correct.
So we
We
build the
install
service.
for
Yeah, we install the
ORM
service.
and
The
after that.
same, yeah. The same way CentOS 7 we can install in cloud also.
Mhm.
So
So after
Ari,
that,
Yeah.
Ari,
So I love,
will I be hello Ari, I have a question.
yes.
So would it be correct to say that AWS provides both PaaS and SaaS? Would that be correct?
Yes, yes, yes. Any cloud provides PaaS, SaaS, and IaaS.
Okay.
Any cloud. Who are the cloud providers? GCP, Azure, IBM, Alibaba, Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud, AWS Cloud. Any cloud they are providing the PaaS, SaaS, and IaaS. These three services will provide. That's the reason I'm telling you, right? So if you learn any one of the cloud, it easily to learn the other clouds also. Because of the core functionality should be the same. So the naming convention should be the different. Okay. So I already told you, right? Services. These all are the services. So these all are the all services. So all the services they are provided. Give all the services. Yeah. So what the services they are providing? They are providing the compute services. They are providing the container services. So storage, database, migration transfer, network content delivery, and the developer tools, customer enablement, robotics, blockchain, satellite, quantum technologies, management and governance, media services, machine learning services, analytics services, security identity compliance services, and the AWS cost management services, front-end web, mobile app, application integration, business applications, end-user computing, Internet of Things, gaming development. So these all are the services they are providing. They are the services providing by the AWS. AWS, we will learn some of them. So something like they are the analytics services, application integration, AWS cost management, blockchain, business, compute, container, customer enablement, database, developer. So compute service is nothing but a compute servicing is nothing but a so something like whatever in the data center we are creating the servers, right? So this servers creation will be in the service called EC2 service, compute service. In the compute service there is a EC2 services. Understood? So this is the EC2 service. EC2 service is nothing but a virtual servers in the cloud. Virtual servers. We will install the virtual servers in the cloud. Virtual servers in the cloud. Guys, tomorrow we will tell you introduction to AWS EC2. What is the EC2? Amazon EC2, which is also known as the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, provides a resizable computing capacity resizable computing capacity in the Amazon Web Services. It is a simple web service interfaces allow you to obtain and configure capacity with the minimal friction. It provides you with a complete control of your computing resource and lets you run on Amazon provision computing environment. EC2 is the core service of the AWS Cloud platform and launched in 2006. There are several virtual servers also called as an instances. So EC2 it provides a virtual service also called as a instances. So before in the data center environment, we are call it as a virtual servers or virtual machines. But in AWS, it's called it as a instances. Instances. We can use these instances pay-per-use basis. So benefits of AWS uses, I will tell you. Tomorrow I will tell you guys. Tomorrow I will tell you this. How we can launch a instance. How we can launch a instance is nothing but a server. Okay. Guys, understood?